Hello, Facebook. Hello, Facebook. Good morning, Facebook. It is May 25th. May 25th. I'm live on Facebook, on the replay for YouTube, sometimes Instagram. Uh, Hopefully, you can hear me. I got my headphones in today. I like my headphones in because then I can hear the feedback from the microphone and make sure that the sound is playing. Hopefully, the notice just went out that I am live. I have been in the office early this morning. It's almost 9 o'clock. Been in the office since 5:30, getting some stuff done, a lot of work done, a lot of content today, content creation, doing some podcasts, our business podcast, our Chef on a Mission podcast. All these shows are coming back. So, Joel, can you hear me? If you guys can hear me, if anybody's tuning, if you can hear me, just say yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Always like to make sure it shows that my microphone's working when I go to system preferences, but sometimes you never know. So I mean, it's showing active feed on here, so I'm assuming you can hear me, and I'm assuming somebody would have typed in right now if they couldn't hear me. So I'm going to do a quick one here on traveling to Italy. Of course, most of you know that we have our VIP right there, VIP Winery Vacations, that we take people to Italy and show you an amazing time. La Regola, the book right there, is one of the vineyards we were just at last year, or a year and a half ago. It was totally amazing vineyard in Tuscany. Tripicari Award winner, really amazing vineyard. So, if you want to travel to Italy, people are asking us, well, when's your next trip, Marcus? When are you guys going? People want to travel really bad. And people, even if they don't travel with us, you still want to go. So I'm just going to tell you what I know right now based upon yesterday's conversation with our legal counsel on travel. So if you want to book a trip to Italy and go, they're going to make you can only use 2 airlines right now, Delta, and I forgot the other one. I'm not sure if it's Alitalia. Delta and Alitalia work hand in hand together. You can book on Alitalia. Next thing you know, you're sitting on a Delta plane. So Delta does these where they're complying with the CDC and the Italian government, where 3 days prior you have to get a test, show a negative test to be able to go. Then you're tested in the airport again, need another negative test. And then 3 days prior from your departure, the CDC wants you to test negative in Italy. If any of those tests show up positive, you're not enjoying your trip like you should be. Now, this is May, and these are the current regulations with this. This could change at any time in any direction. The bottom line is if you're going to travel right now anywhere, especially overseas, Iceland is pretty much open, and Italy's open. They're accepting tourists in from Germany and throughout the European Union. They're accepting tourism in. They have no problem. Things are open. Restaurants aren't quite as open as late as they should be. In a lot of areas, Italians have a vibrant nightlife when it comes to restaurants and eating out late. Italians don't like to open the restaurants until 7:30, 8 o'clock. So it's really normal to sit down 9:30 and all of a sudden consume a full meal and some wine. So that's totally normal. So they're kind of stifled by that a little bit in some areas in Italy about how late restaurants can be open. So be prepared that you're going to have a chance of possibly being delayed coming back or delayed for 3 days on your destination in Italy. So, I wouldn't book and plan on staying at a hotel near the airport in Italy my last 3 nights or my last night there. I'd make sure my hotel's near a beach. So if you're quarantined, you're on a beach, you're in your own villa. One of these situations where you're not oh my gosh, I tested 3 days prior and I have to now go check into a airport hotel and sit there in the middle of this part of the city you don't want to be in. But there is travel insurance for situations like this. And I know we have a link on our website somewhere on VIPWineryVacations.com on the bottom. There's a link. You can go get a quote for travel insurance. New York has finally adjusted their travel plans for things like this. New York has the worst travel insurance. New York and one other state are just terrible when it comes to travel insurance options. That's because it's state regulated. And most states, I think all but New York and one other state, actually have had prior to COVID cancel for any reason insurance. Just you can cancel. You pay extra, but you can cancel for any reason and you get your money back. New York, our legislation didn't allow that, and hopefully now with COVID, or now with COVID, they have altered it into New York State legislation, and hopefully things will be able to match the other states once COVID is over. We're hoping with their liquor licenses here in New York that we can still sell alcohol to go once COVID's over, because a lot of people buy alcohol from us. You have to still buy food, but you can buy bottles of wine and all these other things to go. So that's the situation. So if you're planning on going to Italy or anywhere, make sure you have good travel insurance. Travelinsurance.com. Go get the link off of our website. Great company. Stan, the owner, is a friend of mine. Him and I were in the Forbes Business Council together. That's how I met Stan. And he's really helped out a lot of our guests when they go to travel through his company. So the link's on VIPWineryVacations.com on the bottom there. You can grab that link, and you never want to buy group travel insurance. If you were to book like a trip to like France with a group, or like you were going on a Perillo tour, if you were going on one of those tours, they're like, here, it's $300 for travel insurance. That's a blanket policy that covers everybody on the trip. That's the last kind of travel insurance you should be buying. You should be going to a company where you have to put your age in and all this kind of stuff, and that is where you'll get the best rates. Seriously, when we used to do this with a travel agent here in the U.S. and to do the travel insurance and that, through that link that we save some guests almost half. Believe it or not, the older you get, the cheaper travel insurance is. So young people, their travel insurance is more. So they take an average and say, okay, everybody's 35 years old and on these trips, and here you go. But if you're 45, 55, 65, you'll actually get better rates. So we always suggest people go on and get private travel insurance. So if you're booking with any tour operator, any tour company, any travel agent, and they're trying to throw you a group policy, do your own research. Any decent travel or reputable travel agency will make you sign a waiver if you're not getting insurance. Because once you start booking, there's like no money back. It's tough to get money back. Now with COVID, it's easier. They've loosened up the regulations. But previous to COVID, like we would commit 9 months out. And you commit 9 months out and you put a deposit down 6 months out, your name is with the hotel. Like, it's hard to get money back. It was previously hard to get money back. So travel insurance is for your benefit. So travel insurance, even if you're traveling domestically, for $50, it's great to have travel insurance, just to have, then it covers injuries and stuff like that. So check out what travel insurance can do. It's a great tool. So that's the current thing with Italy. If you want to travel to Italy or any parts, just be prepared and keep updated. You can call Delta directly, and they can answer questions for you of what they're doing for that kind of stuff. But as far as our group trip in November, we're still up in the air in this. We want to go. We have people that want to go, but we might not know for another month or 2 months until they make more changes. The thing that I want to avoid is if I'm taking you to Italy and it's 10 of us, 20 of us, what if I show up positive and I can't do the tour with you? Of course, we have Luigi and we have Jamie, but what if Jamie shows up positive? I mean, Jamie and I work together as a team and we do these tours. Luigi's still there. He's in Italy. He can still do the tour, and we have our folks from check-in Tuscany, but they're not you don't know who they are, and they just help us with logistics, and that's no fun. But what if you show up positive and you have to all of a sudden catch up with us 3 days later on the tour? So I'm a little uncomfortable with that kind of a situation right now. So we're treading this and seeing what happens as we get more news on traveling. And it doesn't matter if you have a vaccine or not. Vaccines are not part of the equation right now for traveling into Italy. So that's not going to make a difference if you're vaccinated or not. They're requiring negative tests to do that. So that's the situation with that. All right, folks, it is Tuesday. Got a bunch of stuff to do today. Everybody have an amazing day. And that's it for now. Jamie and I will be on later doing a Wine Time Live. And hopefully Jamie will get a cocktail in today. I think we're sending out a cocktail recipe today. Courtney gets here in a few minutes in the office. I've been in the office since 5:30. Got a lot of work done today. I feel in some of these days that by 9 o'clock, like I'm done and I can take the rest of the day off. Not really the case, but I just feel very accomplished by 9 a.m. Unfortunately, I read a book called The Perfect Day Formula, The Perfect Week Formula, by Valentine is the author of that, and made this point to getting everything done in the morning, and then reward yourself with a workout, reward yourself with meditation, reward yourself with whatever. And he was actually a guest on our one of my coaching calls. He was actually on the call. He was a guest, and it was really just it's an amazing book, by the way. It's called The Perfect Day Formula, or The Perfect Week Formula, by Craig Ballantyne. I've actually seen him speak in person at one of my mastermind groups, and he's actually been on the phone or on the Zoom call with the other mastermind group. Craig Ballantyne, really some great stuff. I was struggling to finish my new book about what we've learned during COVID, this new book that I'm writing, and I was struggling to finish it. And after reading this book again, listening to him, I finished the book within a week. It was great. So the book is in its final editing stage right now, which is exciting, because I can't wait to get back on the speaking circuit and speak to restaurateurs about just about making their business successful. I really love speaking with them on that. All right, folks, it's 9 o'clock. I've got to get to an emergency pop-up appointment that I have right now, and we'll talk to everybody later. Everybody have an amazing day, and stay well.